dinheiro. We'll see.
Lions in the country. Lions in the country. Lions in the country.
Boxing.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's get straight into it. Okay, all the smoke. Both these guys want all the smoke. Anthony Yarde wants all the smoke. Artur Beterbiev, the current unified champion, he wants the smoke. He's had the smoke. What a great fight this is at light heavyweight. We're going to get into the particulars right now. I'm going to talk about the fight breakdown, potential tactics, key punches. We're going to talk about their trainers briefly. Let's go.
Can Artur Beterbiev deal with that skill set, and can Anthony Yarde close the show like he did against Kovalev? The question for Yarde is, can he deal with the skill set and the power of Artur Beterbiev?
Okay, so Artur Beterbiev versus Anthony Yarde. What a fight. When there's so much power in the room or in the ring, it's always very intriguing. You have a man in Artur Beterbiev that has stopped everybody he's fought. He's arguably the strongest dude in boxing. He can knock people down or knock people out with arm punches. He's getting cleverer. He's got some Olympic background pedigree. He's obviously been hurt. He can be hurt. He can be hurt. He's a human being. But that only pisses him off and makes him more angry sometimes. And, you know, he can, you know, basically figure the puzzle out in the end. The way I see fighting Beterbiev, right, is like, he's like a poisonous spider and you're in his lair. The ring is his lair, you're an insect, and he's gonna shoot his webs, and it's just a matter of time before he walks you down, fidgets around with your guard, feints here and there, beats you up. Sophisticated mauling, you know. It's a sophisticated mauling from what's that most poisonous spider called? The funnel web spider? That's Beterbiev. But a life-size version. And you know, Anthony Yarde, obviously highly skilled, very talented young man. Absolutely really like his story. He seems like a great young man, and he can really fight. Hasn't been managed that well, to be honest with you. It's a tall order to come in again and fight another bad man like Beterbiev. Obviously he went to Russia, but the preparation and the fights leading up to that, you know, there are question marks there, and obviously there's question marks over his coaching team. Tunde Ajayi, not trying to pick on him, but you know, he's been under criticism, and rightly so. Whereas Mark Ramsey, he's done very well, and in that last fight against Joe Smith, you know, they planned for that punch. They planned that punch, and you know, Beterbiev was on the back foot. Joe Smith came in a little methodical with those two jabs, right hand, and Beterbiev just stepped over and, you know, crushed him with a overhand sneaky right, which is a very important punch in this fight, which I'm going to talk about in a minute or a little bit later. But you know, game plan will be quite important, although I think against Beterbiev any type of game plan is just going to be a nightmare really for Yarde. Let's talk about the game plan, because I think, as I said to in the Joe Smith fight, I was like, you got to go and bully the bully, all right? You got to back him up and maybe put like something hard on him, like get him to feel your power a little bit and be the boss. But like Joe Smith, like I said, he's a little bit too, he was too methodical and too slow, and you know, Beterbiev was too smart, really too smart, and he timed him perfectly. But with Yarde, if Yarde, and it's a big if, because I don't think he's going to do this, because that would be a brave move if they came out on the front foot and started backing Beterbiev up. But he can use his skill set, okay? He can use that Philly shell, and he can use his feints and his sheer athleticism, and just, you know, just look to land something hard within the first couple of rounds on Beterbiev, make him think about something, okay? You know, because he can shuffle forward with that. He does that little forward shuffle with the Philly shell, and just flash some hard shots in there, okay? Just give him something to think about from a skill point of view. So it's like, and a body language point of view, and a confidence point of view. It's like, I'm here to take your belts on the front foot. because if he isn't on the front foot, he's going to be on the back foot. And I can't see Beterbiev just allowing Yarde to sit in the middle of the ring and box with each other, because maybe he will for a little bit, but ultimately Beterbiev's looking to push you back and you know, maul you. Really, let's be real. He's looking to maul you, and you know he's not going to have a little back and forth boxing match with Yarde. So that and at least not for too long. So if Yarde is on the back foot, for me that's more dangerous. However, there is something Yarde can do, which I've spotted, which I will bring up right now. In the fight against Reeves, it was in the first round. Okay, Reeves was coming in, and I'll bring up the footage now, and he was coming in with the right hand. Okay, Beterbiev likes to come in with the right hand too, and over the hand right. Yarde timed it perfectly, drops the shoulder a little bit, comes in with a meaty right uppercut to the chest, and bam, a left hook. That hurt Reeves. But it's that backhand uppercut followed by a hook. Not necessarily you don't need to throw the hook, but that backhand uppercut, I think for me, is Yarde's best chance. If he catches Beterbiev coming in underneath that right hand or underneath a jab, maybe bang on the chin, crikey, that could do some damage. I really think it could do some damage, because Beterbiev has a tendency to fall in sometimes. Sometimes it's deliberate. It's like a forward shuffle. It kind of switches from orthodox to southpaw, and then, you know, leads with his with a jab, and he catches people off guard, and he could definitely do that. But if he does get the timing wrong, and if he does, and Yarde gets his timing right, he could absolutely catch him with the backhand uppercut, followed maybe by a hook if he wants to. That, for me, if Yarde is on the back foot, is definitely there. Is definitely there. Yarde was getting caught with some feints by Kovalev, okay, like feints, and then like it was almost like it's a very Eastern European way of doing it, like a 1-2-1 or a reverse 2-1, and I think Yarde fell for the trap, fell for the little tricks 2 or maybe even 3 times. And Beterbiev likes to do that. He likes to kind of throw slight little feints, okay, from the mid-range, the spider web area, so he can inject his poison. But like he's very crafty with it, Beterbiev, okay. He's not just this savage man that likes to throw hard arm punches and maul you. There's a tactic behind it, okay. There's a actually very intelligent tactic, and he'll move his arms like this and then just shovel punch him in, manipulate the guard, throw some feints and like decoy shots, and then he's looking to get in there. If Yarde's on the back, if Yarde's on the ropes like this, and you know he doesn't have space for that backhand uppercut, he's going to get mauled to death, and it's likely going to be an overhand right from Beterbiev, or if he can manipulate Yarde's hand up here, pull that down, come in with the hook the other side maybe. But if Yarde's stationary with that flat-footed Philly shell on the ropes, I say he's a sitting insect, because that's where the spider's going to go to work. And you know, it's not looking good for Yarde. I really think he's in a lot of trouble in this fight. You know, I'm not going to rule out him landing a big shot. I don't think his left hook, his lead left hook, is strong enough to keep Beterbiev at bay. It's, if you ask me, I know the Yarde fans aren't going to like this, but there's some technical deficiencies there. You know, I think it is because he's so muscular. There's not quite the swing on it. You know, I'll show some clips right now what I'm talking about, because he does have a good left hook, but when his feet are planted, okay. But when he's kind of maneuvering and he's shuffling in and out, and then he'll just throw the left hook, you're not going to keep somebody like Beterbiev off you, and that's not going to really do much damage, in my opinion. You know, I hope I'm wrong, because you know, Yarde's a tremendous talent, and I'd love to see him get the win. That'd be amazing if he could do some damage or have a good fight with Beterbiev. I cannot see this fight going 12 rounds, no way, because we know Yarde has stamina issues. So if Beterbiev does close the distance and they start 50-50 fighting, well, that ain't going to favour Anthony Yarde, is it? He's going to gas out. He's going to gas out. Because Beterbiev makes people fight frantically. Okay, this is why I was talking about the spider and the insect. When that insect gets in, like, you know, the nest or the web, and you got this massive spider coming towards you, it makes panic stations, right? That's like, it's panic stations. That's what Beterbiev does to fight most fighters. The only fighter maybe that hasn't, Joe Smith didn't really panic because he was going in there to bulldoze him, but you know, look what happened to him. In the end, when he was hurt and stuff, you know, he did sort of have that high guard like this, and I mentioned that in the pre-fight. He's very good at taking apart high guards. Yarde doesn't really have that. He has that Philly shell. That might work in his favor because it leaves the high guard like that, has so many holes in it. But the Philly shell, you can at least see, you can use your eyes, and you can cover your body, and you're less likely to get your guard manipulated, but you are open for that overhand right. So you know, Beterbiev is at some point going to close the distance, work his magic with the guard, and just take Anthony Yarde down. I think, you know, I'm looking at like a between 6 and 8 TKO stoppage for Artur Beterbiev. I'm not ruling out an Anthony Yarde. I mean, can he KO? He's going to have to KO Beterbiev to beat him. If he's going to KO him, I think it's coming from that backhanded uppercut, catching Beterbiev coming in when he shows either throws a right hand or he stumbles in, because occasionally his footwork is a little clumsy, and boom, very possible. It's been done, not knocked him out, but obviously Callum Johnson had him on the floor with a left hook. I think Jeff Page had him on the floor, but that was a balance issue too. So, you know, that's just my take on it. I think, you know, hopefully we get a great fight, and you know, I commend Yarde for taking it. He really believes in himself, this kid, and that's what makes it so fascinating. He's got power, he's got skill, he's got talent, he believes in himself. It's in London, it's for all the belts, and you know, I wish him the best of luck, because he's going to need it, because you know, Beterbiev is no joke. And yeah, may the best man win. May both these guys come out healthy and maybe get a good fight, and you know, kick off this boxing calendar, which has already been pretty damn good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Yarde can win this by KO? Do you think he can win on points? Do you think it will go the distance? You think Beterbiev is done? He's nowhere near done. No, I don't know why I said that. He's nowhere near done. He's looking pretty good. And against Joe, I know he's getting old, but he's got a lot left in the tank. And he keeps himself in great shape all year round. So that's my take. All the smoke. Yarde, let's do it. And Beterbiev, let's do it. Boxing on the edge. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.
Lions in the camp. Lions in the camp. Lions in the camp.
I'm here. We'll see.